engage physical spaces with other people. I, as a psychologist, really believe, and some of the literature suggests, that some of the increase in self-harm that we see now in mental health circles has to do with the way in which young adults and adolescents have so much of their experience happening outside of their bodies in digital spaces. They don't actually know how to handle or manage emotions within their bodies, and so oftentimes this is coming out in self-harm. I think porn has a huge effect on this as well, which we're going to talk about next. So be thinking, as we talk about these other domains and the other ways in which these kind of contextual elements are shaping the person, think about the way in which we are or are not in our own bodies as kind of an overarching theme. If we look at physiology, there are several things we're going to look at, and the first thing we're going to consider is the eye. The eye is the first thing that we're seeing kind of some profound effects from our overengagement with screens. Basically, screens emit a light called blue light. It's part of the UV spectrum, and historically, the only way that our eye has experienced blue light is from the sun. That's very far away from us, right? And many of us, when we are out in the sun, wear protection for our eyes, right? When the sun was the only form of UV light that was kind of aging the eye, it took a long time for us to see a physiological impact of that. Now, eye physicians, ophthalmologists, optometrists are seeing a profound trending down in things like cataracts and things like macular degeneration, because that UV light is entering at a much closer distance, right? So we hold our screens closer and closer to us, and the smaller our screens become, or the smaller our devices become, the closer we hold them to us. This is a particular issue for children whose arms are proportionately shorter than adults, so they are holding the screens even closer to their eyes, meaning their eyes, the retina, is having access to greater damage at earlier ages. And that retina has a profound effect from this aging that is happening prematurely. There are several things you can do. I'm going to try to give you some intervention ideas throughout the talk today, and this is a huge one. And if you look at app development right now, many apps are becoming developed to create filters for your devices so that your screen will dim and change colors at different times of day and things, which is fantastic. However, it's a little bit like adding a filter to a cigarette. We're going to put a filter on there, so smoke more of them. So if you put a filter on your devices, you can feel lulled into safety. And we want to be aware that our eye actually needs us to become moderate with our use, which is my message overall. Technology is here and it's here to stay, but if we become intentional and moderate, we could profoundly affect affect the way in which it's shaping us. Turn away from screens an hour before bed. The other reason that this is important is that basically when you are interacting with a blue light screen, you are